Trump, travel ban on 19 countries and growing. And this is the reason why. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
We do have some breaking news we want to bring to you from the Trump White House. Live picture there at the White House. Well, we are hearing from the president in a video right now, and he is, as the Associated Press is characterizing this, resurrecting the travel ban policy from his first term. Here in the president's own words, let's listen.
The recent terror attack in Boulder, Colorado, has underscored the extreme dangers posed to our country by the entry of foreign nationals who are not properly vetted, as well as those who come here as temporary visitors and overstay their visas. We don't want them. In the 21st century, we've seen one terror attack after another carried out by foreign visa overstayers from dangerous places all over the world. And thanks to Biden's open door policies, today there are millions and millions of these illegals who should not be in our country. In my first term, my powerful travel restrictions were one of our most successful policies, and they were a key part of preventing major foreign terror attacks on American soil. We will not let what happened in Europe happen to America. That's why on my first day back in office, I directed the Secretary of State to perform a security review of high-risk regions and make recommendations for where restrictions should be imposed. Among the national security threats their analysis considered are the large-scale presence of terrorists, failure to cooperate on visa security, inability to verify travelers' identities, inadequate record-keeping of criminal histories, and persistently high rates of illegal visa overstays, and other things. Very simply, we cannot have open migration from any country where we cannot safely and reliably vet and screen those who seek to enter the United States. That is why today I am signing a new executive order placing travel restrictions on countries including Yemen, Somalia, Haiti, Libya, and numerous others. The strength of the restrictions were...
Let me rewind it. I want to hear what these countries are again. I'm sorry.
Restrictions on countries including Yemen, Somalia, Haiti, Libya, and numerous others.
Oh, people are going to be mad at that, especially the black people. Can't have no more Somalians going over into Minnesota. They're going to be mad at that. If y'all do y'all know where all of the Somalians be? Where the biggest concentration of Somalians are? Minneapolis. Minneapolis is where the majority of Somalians, like, you know, obviously that's not the only place that they go to. But if you want to talk about like the biggest concentration of them, where they all communicate and they say, hey, we all over here, come and hang out with us over here. It's in Minneapolis, big dog. It's in Minneapolis all day long. Minneapolis is the Somalian capital of the world, bro, of the United States of America. There's more Somalians in Minneapolis than anywhere I've ever seen in my life. I couldn't believe it, and I didn't even know it when I first went there. I didn't know it when I went there. I'm like, what is all of these chocolate people doing here? What are all of these chocolate people doing here right now? What is going on? What y'all got, a convention? Is something happening that I'm not familiar with? Did a bunch of family members come in all at the same time? The malls are flooded. Flooded. Whole American cities have been taken over. The malls are flooded. What is it? The Mall of America over there? Y'all said it's in Ohio too, in Maine. Crazy. Crazy. Lou Jackson says, I'm confused why he put Haiti on the travel ban. Bro, you know what's happening over in Haiti right now? You know what's happening in Haiti right now?
The strength of the restrictions we're applying depends on the severity of the threat posed.
American Indigenous Indians said, this guy stay hating on my people. On who? What people? Who is your people? Somalians? Is Somalians your people? How am I hating on your people? Because I said that the majority of them is all in Minneapolis? How was that hating? It's the truth. So is it hating because I said that okay, tell me what part of what I said is not true. You will see a melanated person in Minneapolis thinking that they're one of us and they're Somali. What? No. The majority of people that are taking over Minneapolis are Somalians. That's just the truth. See, when I said that the largest population of Arabic people and Chaldeans was in Dearborn, nobody blinked an eye, nobody batted an eye, nobody said it was hating. You know why? Because it's true. Because it's true. That don't have nothing to do with me hating. I didn't say that they were bad people. I said that if you go over there, then you will be surprised that the majority of the people that are walking around the malls are Somalians. That's just the facts. Y'all so butthurt. Y'all so butthurt. I don't think that they doing nothing that's crazy unless you Ilhan Omar. Now, Ilhan Omar, I don't like her. I don't like her. I think that as long as people are here legally and they are abiding by the laws, then nobody is tripping over nobody. But what do I care about a Somali? I don't care about Somali. I rock with my Arabic people. I rock with people that are, if you a good person and you here illegally, I don't care. I don't care what you do. If you contribute into the country, if you do what you got to do and you take care of your business, I don't care. But if you here illegally, then you got to get out of here. Your mama a tether. Who was that? Who said that? Let me see something. BJ Skrill, your mama a tether. That's why you got a tramp stamp, bitch. You got a tramp stamp and Skrill is in a dollar sign. Boy, you a prison junkie. That's all you are. You a prison junkie. That's what you are. We ain't got to worry about being a tether. You a prison junkie. You got a boyfriend. Your boyfriend got a boyfriend. Your boyfriend got a boyfriend. You a prison junkie. You got a dollar sign scribbled as a tramp stamp on the back of your back. Bitch, you a boyfriend of a boyfriend. That's what you are. Ain't talking to me. Talk to your mama, hoe ass nigga.
The list
Let me stop. I'm going all the way back to the Lord forgive me. Lord forgive me. I'm not on Norfolk and Chippewa on Greenlawn no more. I'm not. This ain't. Lord, I'm on the internet. Bless me to be more internet friendly. My representatives over there, they said, Anton, we working on a sponsorship deal. I said, oh, fuck your sponsorship deal. All right. I'll cut that part out of the stream. Let me see where we at. 1 hour, 12 minutes. Let me put that down. I'll cut that part out. Let's get back to Trump, y'all. Just talking to me. Who you talking to, boy? I'm from Detroit. Better recognize who you talking to. I ain't that far removed.
Subject.
Don't let the stitching fool you.
To revision based on whether material improvements are made, and likewise new countries can be added as threats emerge around the world. But we will not allow people to enter our country who wish to do us harm, and nothing will stop us from keeping America safe. Thank you very much.
And back out live there to the
All
White.
right, so let's slice this from the other lens. I think CNN has something to say about it. Let's dig into it a little bit.
Breaking overnight, there are two major headlines coming from the White House showing you and indicating where the president's focus is right now. Straight to a Fox News alert. In the wake of the Boulder, Colorado terror attack, President Trump signing a sweeping order restricting travel to the United States from nearly 20 countries.
So nationals from 12 countries, including Afghanistan, Iran, Somalia, Libya, Yemen, are banned. Individuals from 7 more, including Venezuela and Cuba, face partial travel restrictions. The White House says the move protects the homeland since those countries are high risk for terrorism, visa abuse, and they fail to share security information.
The strength of the restrictions we're applying depends on the severity of the threat posed, and likewise, new countries can be added as threats emerge around the world. But we will not allow people to enter our country who wish to do us harm, and nothing will stop us from
Carl Foster says, okay, brother, don't let the eagle and the enemy get to you. That was not you. It's all me. It's all me. Oh, I'm sorry, BJ Skrill. You was talking about a whole nother person. I apologize. I apologize. Y'all gonna have to be more specific on who you talking to and when you say it. Now, I don't believe in censoring people, but that don't mean y'all can censor me either. All right, listen, I apologize. I'm always open to when I'm wrong. I shouldn't have said that to you. I'm going to cut that out of the 1 hour, 12-minute mark. You got it, big dog. That's not a tramp stamp either. That's a nice tattoo. That's a nice tattoo.
Keeping America safe.
So the president says that the order is a direct result of the anti-Semitic terror attack in Boulder. He was considering signing it beforehand, but Sunday's assault put it in motion.
Yep, and this morning, the Boulder terror suspect, Mohammed Solomon, is due in state court. 16 counts he's facing of attempted first-degree murder. It comes after a U.S. district judge in Colorado issued an order temporarily blocking the deportation of his wife and 5 kids.
That judge appointed by Joe Biden. The family's lawyer comparing the Trump administration's attempts to, quote, the methods of Nazi Germany.
So it comes after a dozen people were hurt at a march calling for the release of the Israeli hostages. I think this is just a fascinating move by the president. Something has to be done. There used to be a program back after 9/11 called In Sears. It was created actually by the now Attorney General from Kansas. And essentially this program...
All right, BJ, you're going to have to get that covered up, big dog. I'm going to be honest with you. This is not hate. This is me being a big bro. I love you. I apologize. You got to get that tattoo covered up, bro. That's not it. That's not it, bro. That's a war wound. That's a war wound, big dog. We love you, though.
Time somebody overstayed a visa and they were from an at-risk country, it would send a notification to all the local cops.
Y'all come kick it with me in person. I'm putting the location of the meetup inside of the Patreon this afternoon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. And go and get that game. I don't discriminate when it comes to that game. We're going to continue to rock, y'all.
This person and bring them into custody.
What happened to that program?
Barack Obama got rid of it because a lot of these civil rights groups, a lot of these Islamist groups called and they said it was too discriminatory. And now this guy, if that program was still in place, it would have alerted the local cops and him and his family would be in custody today. Unfortunately, they got rid of it because of wokeness, and now as a result, you got people that were set on fire.
Well, I mean, he hates America. He's yelling free Palestine. He's setting people on fire. Y'all saw how big that flame was, shooting it at innocent people. One of them was an 88-year-old Holocaust survivor. And now they're all fighting for their lives. Some of them are still in the hospital. One lady was severely burned. He has a wife and he has 5 kids. He said he wanted to wait till his oldest, who's 18, the others are minors, could go to college or could graduate high school, actually. Well, he wasn't thinking about his family. You know, if you're here illegally and you commit a crime, you're going to be on.
What more do y'all want from me? I said I was wrong. I take ownership. I apologize. What else do y'all want? From me? What else do y'all want from me? I apologize. Jesus Christ. I was wrong.
On police's radar. You're going to be kicked out of the country, and that's what Donald Trump is trying to do. It's common sense. But then you have this liberal judge who says, hold on, we've got to do due process. But this man put innocent lives at risk and his family at risk by doing this.
I like the move. I do think you have to have some scrutiny, because I'll give you an example. Luigi Mangione, let's say he was a foreigner. He comes in, he executes the CEO, Brian Thompson. There's no indication that his family is as deranged as him. So I just think immediately the family gets brought in for full investigation, because this is terror. This is foreign terror. Here's Ken Cuccinelli, former acting deputy DHS secretary.
The big struggle for the most aggressive administration, President Trump's second administration, on dealing with this problem, their biggest impediment, or there are two. One is
wait. Now y'all telling me I got to cash app him some money? No. Y'all don't cash app me some money when y'all say negative stuff about me. That's wild. Now that's wild. A full-throated apology is a wild statement. I don't even believe in full-throated unless it got something to do with a woman.
logistics and building the pipeline big enough to find, catch, and remove these people, but the other is the courts. And there's much due process in place.
I love what I do for a living.
And to me and so many other Americans, if you break into this country effectively, if you break our laws to be here, you shouldn't get that benefit on the way out. And that's really slowing the president down, despite the fact that we right now have the most aggressive administration since 9/11 in removing folks like this, especially the ones who present even possible national security threats.
I think to Brian's point, I guess the pushback I would say on that is that no one is saying right now that it's a criminal prosecution against the family. What they're saying is that you've already overstayed your visa anyway. You're not here legally.
They're here
so you
illegally.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
If they're here
so
illegally,
is the family too?
Mangione's family, they're Americans. But this is a family, I assume, since they were arrested and President Trump's deporting them, they're not here legally.
No, I understand.
They came with their dad.
I'm just saying this. A lot of times you have crazy people in your family start committing crimes. Next thing you know, you don't want to get in trouble. But I know what you're...
All right, so here's my take. I know this is going to be a little bit different than what y'all expecting for me to say. Y'all expecting for me to say, I agree with everything that's being communicated right now, but I don't. Do I agree with the travel ban? I do. I trust that our president knows what he's doing and making sure that he's not letting people come over here that's not supposed to be here. That's from one of the, or some of the worst countries on the face of the earth when it comes to violence and threats and all of that. That's A. The second part of this conversation, though, is it's hard to say that just because somebody is over here or they overstayed their visa, those are the chosen culprits that we should be able to predict that they're going to do something crazy, like turn a Molotov cocktail into a blowtorch and start torching people on fire. That's a little extra. I think that Fox News is getting a little bit ahead of themselves a lot of times, and that they try to make things seem more than what they really are. It's no way that you could have predicted that this guy who was here legally and then overstayed his visa would ultimately become the guy that's throwing flamethrower and burning people up. No, you just can't predict anything that anybody does. There's people here that's in this country right now. And I do believe that if you are here illegally, you need to be deported. But there are people that are here right now that is American that do some of the craziest stuff that I've ever seen. And you don't apply that same logic. So you can't predict the behavior of people. The only thing that you can try to do is be preventative, but nobody could have ever predicted that this guy that has been a tax-paying citizen for all of this time went full crazy. What about the guy that just killed his 3 kids? What about the guy that just killed his 3 kids? I agree, Connie. The fact that he overstayed his visa means he's here illegally. But that has nothing to do, the correlation has nothing to do with why he turned his lighter into a flamethrower. You understand? I do believe that we need to operate based off of a rule of law, and I'm one of the biggest proponents of illegal immigration, getting these people out of here that's here illegally. But at the same time, that the correlation has nothing to do one with the other. You know, like he overstayed his visa. That's not the same as a person that came over here illegally. It's much more difficult to focus on people that overstayed a visa when you're trying to get people that's not even here legally in the first place. You can't predict the craziness of all people. The guy that just killed his 3 children, he's been an American, his parents is American, and the people that before him is American, but there's no rhyme or reason. We don't know the logic why this dude just decided to kill his three babies. It's illogical. Illogical people do illogical things.